A new enemy has materialized and awaits Sora in one of the worlds. So anyway, hello there everybody, this is General Snivy and welcome back to more of the Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix playthrough. Last time we completed the arduous quest that was the Mushroom 13 and got one of the 3 crowns. And we also completed the first 4 of the cups for Olympus Coliseum. We completed the Pain and Panic Cup, Titan Cup, and Cerberus Cup, as well as the Gods of Fate Cup. And upon completing those, I ended that stream for the day and I went and fought Xemnas again off screen, so that way we can unlock the actual final episode for Disney Castle. So let's take a look. So as you can see, a new episode is added. To get the final episode for Disney Castle, what you have to do is not only complete every single world in the game, including the optional ones. Excuse me for a moment. Sorry, I noticed that my green screen was kind of freaking out with my shirt. Anyway, so as I was saying, not only do you have to complete all the worlds of the game, including the optional ones, in other words, steal their keyholes, but you also have to win the Gods of Fate Cup in Olympus Coliseum. So, yeah, that's basically all you have to do, at least in critical mode, anyway. And I think Proud mode also follows the same rules. I'm not so sure about the other difficulties, but regardless, upon doing this, you not only unlock the first secret ending, but you also get the secret episode, which that will be gone over in due time. For now, we are going to get started with today's mission. This is going to be probably the most prevalent, intense, and probably downright frustrating when it comes to this game in general. Well, maybe not necessarily, but it's more or less at the very end of this wondrous dungeon. So, with that in mind, let's head on in. Welcome to the Cavern of Remembrance, folks. So within this place, you probably will not be getting very far when you first enter this place, considering that in this place you will be needing to utilize every single one of your drive abilities and use them to their maximum effect. So anyway, as I was saying, this place will truly test you in everything that you've learned up to this point in the game. It will also test you on your situational awareness and surroundings and your environment. And all the trials that await you are going to be pretty damn insane. So all the remaining treasures in the game are all here within the Cavern of Remembrance. And there's also one at the very end of the Cavern of Remembrance that doesn't show up until you finish a certain task, which that will be gone over in due time once we reach the end. So anyway, while you're exploring the Cavern of Remembrance, be sure to keep in mind that all the enemies that you're going to be facing here are going to be at their strongest yet. So, another thing worth mentioning too is that only within the Cavern of Remembrance will you be able to get your hands on Remembrance items. Whether it be Remembrance Shard, Remembrance Gems, Remembrance Crystals, and basically everything else in between in the Remembrance family. And as you can see, these enemies are not pulling any punches at all. I guess you can say this is kind of a punishment for falling off of platforms and such. But honestly, you kind of have to fall in order to get every item or every chest in this place, period. One more thing worth mentioning as well when it comes to the Cavern of Remembrance is that there is a ton of vertical platforming that you need to perform in order to navigate through this place. Excuse me. So that is something to keep in mind. So honestly, when it comes to this place, you definitely want to bring your strongest gear. Bring your most powerful equipment and be prepared for a long, arduous fight as you're navigating your way through this wondrous dungeon. So anyway, here we have the first map, the Depths of Remembrance. This basically covers the first half of the Cavern of Remembrance, as there is a second half of this wondrous place that we'll be navigating through in due time. So, one thing worth mentioning here is that there are these orbs here. You may notice if you whack them, drive orbs spill out of them. Well, in this place, you need to utilize your drive abilities and utilize them to their maximum effect in order to even navigate this place. So the first area requires basically a maxed out high jump level 3 or high jump max. And this room requires the quick run ability, which you can get from Wisdom Form. So basically, you need to have Wisdom Form maxed out if you want to get through the room without having to go into Wisdom Form. However, there is going to be an instance in just a little while where we will have no choice but to go into a drive form. There we go. That was a bit hairy. And once you complete a area within the Cavern of Remembrance, you may run into an enemy ambush, and the enemies there are not going to be fooling around. Okay, what do we got in here? Remembrance Gem. Also, don't be afraid to explore these places to their fullest effect, as you may come across shortcuts that you may otherwise miss. So that is something worth mentioning. Powerful attacks to open the valves. You'll need to open the 3 at once.
Take this. Yeah. Back off. Take this.
Okay, that worked out. And there was a point of attacking those valves. Trust me. As you can see, like a floor or two above us, there were these drills and machines that were previously deactivated. But after dealing with the valves and turning them, now we can actually navigate and continue our way forward. Honestly, you really should keep this in mind, especially when you're trying to navigate through this place. Also, the reason why I'm heading back over here is because I feel like there was something here that I've missed during the first time I've explored the Cavern of Remembrance. But, nah. Okay. I guess I'm just crazy. Well, regardless, though. Now we can finally head into the mining area proper. If you head in here earlier, like as soon as you gained access to this room, you wouldn't be able to find very much here. In fact, you probably wouldn't get very far without activating these machines. I'm just saying. So, remember those whirlwinds that we rode back in, back in Land of Dragons? Well, they're here in the Cavern of Remembrance as well. So, that's pretty nice. What's also really nice is that if you have maxed out movement abilities, you can cheese certain parts of the Cavern of Remembrance and just skip a large chunk of it in some places. Also, try not to fall down here, otherwise you will have to navigate your way back around in order to even get access back to this room once again. Alright, that works. See what I mean about utilizing your movement abilities? You're basically going to be utilizing your glide as well as your double jump abilities a lot in this place. So, in other words, it's kind of like playing a game of Super Mario, except it's Kingdom Hearts. You know what I mean? There's a lot of movement-based things that you have to do in this place. Also, there's the second map of this, and there's the Manifest Illusion. I think we just gotten all the synthesis materials in the game. I think. I could be wrong. Perhaps there's still something that I'm missing yet, but we'll find out soon enough. Alright, here we have a power boost. Gotta love them power boosts, am I right? Also, I got some more AP boosts too from some of the other chests from earlier. Let's give Goof some AP. Okay, I got Remembrance Shards, Stones, and Gems. I still need to get my hands on Remembrance Crystals. And I think that would be the last major... Dang it. The last major collectible that I need to look into. So here in this room, this is a room where you're going to be utilizing your double jump. Also, I'm pretty sure down here, if you fall, you will have to climb your way back up again. So don't do that. So, in this room, when I first did this place, I thought I would need to go into Master Form in order to utilize the double jump and double jump max, aka air dodge max. But if you combine air dodge and glide together along with the round surface, you should be able to get through that particular challenge without too much of a problem. Keep in mind though, it is pretty tricky. One more thing to keep in mind as well is that if you do end up dying in here, you will have to restart the room. Also, try not to fall. I don't know if that's a possibility or not, but I'm pretty sure it isn't, considering that this is kind of like an enemy ambush. Yeah, as I thought. No problems. Alright, next! Welcome to this lovely, lovely room. There's more remembrance items. One thing's definitely for sure, and that is you definitely want to fight every enemy you can, so that way you can get all of the remembrance items, as one of the, or more or less the last Orichalcum Plus we need, that particular Orichalcum Plus can only be gotten if you gathered every single material in the game. And that includes the Final Mix exclusive items. At least in this version of the game. If you're playing Vanilla Kingdom Hearts 2, you don't have to worry about the remembrance items because those are not a thing in Vanilla KH 2. Okay, another remembrance gem. Okay. One more thing worth mentioning here is that just like with the Olympus Coliseum,
Let's go.
just like with Olympus Coliseum, shoot.
Give me strength. Yeah. Back off.
Just like with Olympus Coliseum, damn it. As I was trying to say, just like with Olympus Coliseum, enemies from all the different worlds of the game that you've explored, they'll make an appearance here. So that's something to keep in mind. By the way, this steam here, it doesn't hurt you, but it acts more like an annoying gate, if you know what I mean. There we go, there's a Remembrance Crystal. That took quite a while. I thought maybe I could get up there without any additional platforms, but no, it doesn't look like that's happening anytime soon. Honestly, when it comes to this particular room, this is probably one of the more annoying rooms in the Cavern of Remembrance, mainly due to the fact that you not only have to fight the Heartless in here, who are incredibly strong, by the way, but you also have to deal with steam as well, as it knocks you around and tosses you in the air. Another Remembrance Crystal. I'll gladly take that.
Back off! Back off!
Guess I have no choice but to fight. Seriously, I hate these freaking Heartless sometimes, I swear. They just love to go into the most annoying spots imaginable. But, hey, that's all part of the Cavern of Remembrance experience. Am I right? See, anything else in here? No, it doesn't look like it. Okay. Again, I just wanted to be thorough to be absolutely sure that I'm not missing anything else. And hello, Shawario. Yes, I did recently pick up Paper Mario the Origami King. And what I think of it? I'm enjoying it so far. So far, I'm really enjoying the game and its story. Which is kind of odd to say, considering that Paper Mario the Origami King is not exactly one of the more well-received games out there. But even so, from what I've played so far, I'm liking it. Of course, there are some things that are kind of clunky about it, but really, it's not too bad. Okay, so it looks like for this one, you kind of need to have Final Form active, or not. Okay, that worked. Although I did miss one of the puzzle pieces, which is kind of annoying. But if you want to make the rooms like these easier to navigate through, you can always go into a required form, and you should be fine. Okay. Now that we got that puzzle piece, let's see what we have left for those things. Looks like there's only one puzzle piece left. Almost have every single piece. Neato. Okay. Okay, that didn't work. That's kind of annoying how sometimes you can get through these rooms without going into drive forms, and sometimes you just can't. So what the hell's up with that? Perhaps it's a timing thing. Yeah, it's gotta be like a timing thing. So final form it is then. Alrighty then. That's good to hear. Okay, now it's time for the worst part of the Cavern of Remembrance, the Nobody Gauntlet, as I like to call it. Within this room, you're going to be going through this whole freaking room, fighting a whole bunch of enemy Nobody hordes, and some of them are some of the most powerful Nobodies you can face in this game. And considering that if you happen to die, you go back to the very beginning of this room. I'm kind of surprised that worked out, even though I'm barely alive right now. Honestly, when it comes to this is definitely the most difficult room out of the entirety of the Cavern of Remembrance, for sure. Simply because there's a lot that can go wrong in this room. One more thing that can be helpful when navigating through the worst part of this room is the enemy Berserker Nobodies, as their swords can be quite beneficial for you, especially when you're dealing with a horde of Nobodies. Just saying. Okay, let's use it. Probably should have used that in the first place. Honestly, this particular room is probably where you're going to be utilizing most of the... You're most likely going to be utilizing your tents to their maximum effect. Simply because of the number of enemy hordes you have to deal with, especially this one. As thankfully, this one is the very last horde that you have to deal with. But it's definitely the most difficult one of all. So, once again, to reiterate, if you have both Second Chance and Once More, the best thing you can do is utilize their effects fully. And what I mean by that is... having 2 HP or more means you're going to be good to go.
Let's go. Let's go. Back off.
Also, don't be afraid to utilize Limit Form if you absolutely have to. Which, honestly, you should. Because, hello, Limit Form is the best form. For obvious reasons.
Let's go. Yeah. Back off. It's over. Take this. Back off. Yeah. This is it.
Man, can I not say enough that Limit Form is just bae? It honestly is. It's great with dealing a lot of enemies at once, and it's also really good for restoring your HP thanks all in due part with the fact that it has an ability that whenever you execute a limit and it hits an enemy, it restores your HP. And there we go. All that's done, we gain ourselves another item slot. Alright. And we're done. We're finally done with the Cavern of Remembrance. Anyway, you may notice that there's something peculiar about this room. First off, let's open up these chests and get this final map, the Garden of Semblance map. And we'll check our tallies. I know I'm missing a puzzle piece in here somewhere. But hey, we got another lost illusion. Let's check our journal. So let's see here. Treasures. There's technically 2 that I've missed within the Cavern of Remembrance, and the last one spawns after a particular event. And you'll soon see what I mean. So, after interacting with this computer terminal, the device controls various data. The path is now unlocked. So, what we have here is these are portals that you have access to fight all the members of the Organization 13 again, except they're super duper mega super hard. So in other words, this is where you can participate in was dubbed the data battles. The data battles are some of the most difficult things in the entire game. And hello Duvius, welcome to the stream. And yeah, you arrived just in time for me to explain the data battles. As far as what the data battles are all about, it really tests your strength and abilities, and it really tests your knowledge on a particular boss, or a particular nobody, if you know what I mean. However, before we even get to that, there is some other things I kind of want to do first. Honestly, I want to save the data battles for its own dedicated session or two, because of how sheer absurdly difficult they are. Anyway, after handing in every single material type in the game, we get ourselves the last Orichalcum Plus. And the Serenity Crystal, Serenity Shard, Serenity Stone, a Manifest Illusion, a Lost Illusion, and that is basically that. So let's hand everything that I just received in, and see what we have left to complete as far as this is concerned. And it looks like we completed absolutely everything. Great! That is awesome to see. The Moogle Synthesis Shop list has been officially complete. That's great. Now, it's time to forge the best weapon in the entire game, the Ultima Weapon. So, we need to use an energy crystal first, in order to knock down the cost for the Orichalcum Plus from 13 to 7. Otherwise, there's no point. And for shits and giggles, let's just use a bright crystal too. And bada bing, bada boom. The Ultima Weapon. The Keyblade above all others. Increase MP restoration rate by 75% once all MP has been consumed. It truly is the best weapon in the entire game for a reason. So now we can start making some of the other stuff we have here. So let's go ahead and do just that. There we are. Here's the Centurion for Donald, a staff with extraordinary strength and great magic. Let's see. How about we... There is still one recipe that I'm missing, and I'm pretty sure it's within the Cavern of Remembrance. Maybe. I'm not 100% sure. Alright, let's just synthesize. There's the Full Bloom. Drastically increases strength and maximum AP. Pretty nice to have. Shadow Arcane. Let's go with that. Drastically increases magic and maximum AP. Definitely a worthy item to have for someone like Donald or someone who has a huge magic build, if you know what I mean. So, boom, there's that one. The Shock Charm extremely increases thunder resistance and defense. Honestly, you definitely need to synthesize all these items if you want to get through the data battles in one piece. And let me tell you, doing that is kind of a pain in the ass. Oh boy. Alrighty, let's go ahead and make some other things. And see what else we need to make. Nice power boost. You gotta love a good power boost. Okay. As far as these other items are concerned, I don't think I'm going to be able to make much of anything else, unfortunately. Especially with the Shock Charm, I kind of need to gather more Remembrance items. Hell, any items that use Remembrance as materials, it's going to be a bit of a pain. Mithril Stones I can probably get my hands on myself. Can I buy them? I feel like I can't. No, I can't. I thought I could possibly purchase a Mithril Stone, but alas, I cannot. Oh well, that's okay. It's no big deal. I will be working on making some of these other items as I gather more materials. I feel as though the remaining items, especially the next one, under the Centurion, I'm pretty sure this has a plus variant. As you can see by the different entries here. Here we go, Frozen Pride Plus. Okay, this'll work. Boom. There it is, Frozen Pride Plus. A shield with the greatest defense. Increases MP restoration speed by 75% after MP is fully consumed. Coolio. So, we basically made almost every single weapon in the game, with a few exceptions. Obviously, we do need to get our hands on the Centurion Plus, which we do need to get more Remembrance Stones. And another Remembrance Shard. Let's see, anything else? Oh wow, we're down to our last Lost Illusion. I think there is a way we can get our hands on more Lost Illusions. There might be a way I can farm them, though I'm not 100% sure how. Let's just go ahead and make Shadow Archive Plus, because, well, we kind of need it for the completionist log. Drastically increases magic and maximum AP, and restores MP when damage is taken. Equip more to increase the effect. Hell yeah, that's a damn good accessory to have, for sure. Alrighty. Well, that was pretty good, if I do say so myself. Let's go ahead and equip our newly acquired Ultima Weapon. It has a strength stat of 6 and magic of 4. And honestly, it definitely is a great weapon to have, as it has MP Hastiga. And let's see, what can I do with some of my other weapons? Perhaps with Valor or Master Form, I may, yeah, let's go with this here. Actually, no, maybe, what did I have equipped before here? I think it was the Sleeping Lion. Yeah, here we go. Okay, Fenrir goes into Valor form. And I'm going to keep the Winner's Proof in final form. Although, I think, perhaps I'll put Fenrir here and Winner's Proof here. Or, what can I say? I'm a bit indecisive when it comes to some of these things. Let's see. I guess I'll keep Oblivion here and work with this. Oh, and by the way, we gained another item slot for completing the Cavern of Remembrance. Honestly, my favorite form of the Ultima Weapon has to be the one in Kingdom Hearts 3. But this is definitely a close second, for sure. Especially considering the crap you have to go through in order to even be able to shoot. I think what I'm trying to say is, considering the crap that you had to go through in order to even get your hands on the Ultima Weapon, it truly is worth keeping in your inventory and keeping it equipped at all times. Just saying. Let's see here. I think I'll equip the full bloom here. This? I think I'll unequip the draw ring so that way I can equip the Shadow Archive Plus. And Donald, I think I'm going to give him a regular Shadow Archive. Yeah, that seems about right. Might as well. Okay. Now it's time to use some nice boosting items here. Here you go, Goofy. Power boost, give these to Sora along with the magic boosts too. What else do we have? Oh right, I have the shock charm. And I think some other items too? Right, I have the Centurion. And also Frozen Pride Plus. I think with these are... Wow. Damn. 13 strength and only 3 for magic. And that's not counting the plus variant. I think the plus variant has the same stats, but it has an ability attached to it. So honestly, the Centurion may not be a bad weapon to equip the Donald, but still, why him in particular, I really do not understand. Okay. I think I'm good here. So, now that that's done out the way, I guess the next order of business is going to be taking on the Paradox Cups. So to take on the Paradox Cups, what we need to do here is head all the way towards the very end of this cavern here. And if you remember where we first fought Hades in his little home office, if you know what I mean, well, it's basically the same idea. We just have to navigate through the Valley of the Dead. By the way, if you're wondering how we can get our drive gauge up another level, that will come into play after we manage to somehow defeat the last major super boss of the game. For now, let's talk to Hades. Welcome to the Hades Paradox Cup. So, for these Paradox Cups, each one will become available after you not only win their respective tournaments, but also getting the high score for them. I'm pretty sure the conditions are the same regardless. However, there is, of course, a 4th cup that you can unlock for the Paradox Cup. And let me tell you folks, these cups really will test your patience, considering that the tournament levels are a lot higher than their regular counterparts, for sure. So, time for the Pain and Panic Paradox Cup. Let's go. Limits will consume less MP, but the drive gauge can't be used. Okay. Time to roast everyone and open fire. Basically, when it comes to the Paradox Cups, they're basically harder versions of the cups that we previously participated in. And funny enough, the strategies and the rule sets are basically all the same. Also, if you hear that in the background, my apologies. Apparently, the lawn mowing people are here. Good lord. Why of all days do we have to have this happen? Get used to hearing that, as they're going to be here for quite a while. So that's something worth mentioning. Unfortunately, the lawn people are not exactly something I can control, which does kind of suck, but it is what it is. Here we go. One thing I kind of find surprising is that in the... What was the cup? I believe the Cerberus Cup? Well, whatever the one that allows you to use summons alone is, basically that one, that restores your drive gauge every round, but in this, for whatever reason, it doesn't. So basically, the main strategy for this particular cup is to spam Trinity Limit. Basically, you want to start Trinity, execute Ultima with Donald's command with Square. Afterwards, immediately begin the combo. Doing so will allow you to gather every enemy around you, so that way you can just massacre everyone. I think this can still work. What's also really interesting is that I think in this particular round, I feel as though most of the enemies here won't be giving you any points during your Trinity limit, so you just have to whack everyone around you. Although, just like with the Pain and Panic, the regular Pain and Panic variant of this cup, you can kill every enemy here and be on your merry way. There we go. Everyone is dead. Time for the final round. This should probably finish both of these guys off in one go. If not, it's close enough. There we go. All done with that. And that was the Hades Paradox Cup. I mean, that was that Paradox Cup. Let's see here. Okay, Panic score requirement for that one is 2,500. So, I think in order to reveal what the high score requirement is for these, you have to try the tournament first. Afterwards, you can just back out and then just hop right back in. So here we go. Time for this one. This is probably one of my more favorite ones, given the fact that I can use drive forms alone, and not just limit form. I mean every single one. So combining both Fenrir and Ultima Keyblade, This is probably the most powerful combination of Keyblades that you can utilize in this game, and when utilizing it with Final Form, good lord, you're basically an unstoppable killing machine. And again, the lawnmowers love it so damn much that they have to pass on by once again. Do you love hearing it? And I love speaking and raising my damn volume like I'm a freaking announcer in the WWE. Oh boy. As I said, folks, this is something we kind of have to get used to for this particular session. Hopefully the next one we won't have to worry about the lawnmowers and all that other crap again. Sadly, I can't really edit these things out, if they're even audible, which I'm pretty damn sure they are. One thing I kind of find annoying about these cups here is usually when you go into double score mode, it's usually like at the very end of a round, which is quite baffling and annoying to say the least. Okay. One thing I kind of find interesting about the darkness in this variant of this cup is that it, unlike the previous darkness, it's not pitch black. Instead, it is mostly dark, but you can still see very, very well. Hell, you can still see the entire arena. So that's interesting. Time for the final match. And this time we're fighting Cerberus in the dark. That's interesting. By the way, I haven't even noticed this until just now, but apparently this particular round has a time limit. Then again, maybe these tournaments in general have a time limit that I'm completely unaware of. Also, Orin randomly joins the party because lol. Okay, what was the score for that one? 1300. I just missed out on the high score. Damn. Oh well. Let's go ahead and start from round 1 and try this again.
Give me strength.
So again, 1300 really shouldn't be that hard of a score to attain. Just trying to get every single orb and trying to get into a double scoring round, that can be a challenge. Okay. I seriously love utilizing Final Form in this style of tournament. Just simply because of the fact that it's so damn powerful. Almost borderline overpowered, but that honor honestly goes to Limit Form. Simply due to the fact that every limit that is executed, you restore your HP. I know that I'm running low on HP here, but I should be able to get through this without too much of a problem. We'll definitely see though. Just remember, so long as you have more than 1 HP, second chance and once more will save you. You just have to be utilizing both in order to get the maximum effect out of it. Just saying. Unfortunately, it looks like we missed out on the high score on this, which does kind of suck. Honestly, we didn't even do that much better, which is kind of unfortunate. Perhaps, perhaps with this, I can't really... I need to try a different form? Honestly, I feel like I need a form that will produce more orbs. Might as well finish this in the best way I know how. Goodbye. Also, gotta love hanging out in the air. Alright, let's give this another try.
Give me strength. Let's go. Back off.
Okay. Honestly, I feel as though I just am not getting enough score.
Let's go.
Just not getting enough score in these rounds, which is very annoying. And here comes the lawnmower again.
Yeah.
Okay. At least that wasn't that obnoxious this time. Honestly, I'm not too sure how the whole scoring system even works when it comes to this. It's like sometimes you'll enter double score mode out of nowhere and not even realize it. So one thing I will go ahead and mention here is if you make it to the final round and you don't have the score requirement achieved in any way, what you can do is just simply restart the entire tournament. Honestly, this is going a lot worse than last time for sure. 1163. Well, it's a new high score, so... Perhaps when it came to something like this, maybe I need to utilize more magic. Because it seems like magic produces more orbs. I could be wrong, but maybe. I honestly am not too sure in this regard. Regardless, if you want to save a high score in a tournament, you do have to finish it. Also, if you finish this tournament while in a drive form, I'm pretty sure you revert back to a standard form. So that's something worth mentioning. Also, apparently I got a network error on my dashboard here. Let me go ahead and fix this and maybe get things back up and running again. Okay. Alright, I think I am good here. Alright, let's go and give this another shot. Perhaps Wisdom Form may be the way to go for this tournament. Especially when you're combining it with magic. Good lord. It's quite a show. Again, apologies for the lawnmower. Nothing I can really do. looks like this is going a lot better this time, because I'm already up to 900. 963, as opposed to last time. Okay, round 7. 1101. We just need 200 more points. 1231, new record. Semifinal. And perfect. Okay, time to finish this. Again, this may have taken a few tries to get the high score, but trust me, it's definitely worth it. Mainly it's for the Jimmy's journal entry, and that's really about it. And that's how we finish this with style. Like an ultra badass. And that makes me quite happy. Okay, so next we have the Paradox Titan Cup. This is going to be quite entertaining. First off,
Donald!
get over here, Donald. Now for the Titan Paradox Cup, a solo fight using Sora. Sora can use summons. Okay, this one is going to be the one where we're going to be spamming Stitch the entire frickin' time. And unlike the other tournaments which actually had a time limit, this one does not. So, the cheese strats of utilizing Stitch and Ohana, yep, that's the way to go. Although I kind of screwed up with that third Ohana, but oh well. Also, I'm not too sure, but I think the score requirement for this one is higher than the other one for sure. One more thing worth mentioning too is that this variant of the Titan Cup is definitely harder. Not because of the strength of the enemies, no. I think it's also due to the fact that you also start with less points, too. If I recall, I think the original had like 900 points. But this one, you only have 500. Then again, maybe you also had 500 points and I just can't remember for sure.
Take this. It's over. Back off. Let's go.
Honestly, the Paradox Cups are probably not that much harder than their standard counterparts. The strategies used for them are roughly the same, at least when you're just trying to get through them. However, trying to get the high score for them, that's another challenge entirely. So, that is something worth mentioning here. Also, take advantage of the short load times as well, so you can not only get the most out of your summon, but even more so. Honestly, when it comes to this particular tournament, you definitely need to play a lot of defense. Although I think I said that with the original version, the same also holds true here. Okay, this definitely did not go very well. mean, at least I can utilize this opportunity to restore more of my drive gauge and spam Stitch some more. Though again, I'm not 100% sure what the score requirement is. I have a feeling it's 5,000, just like with the original. Though I'm pretty sure that's not the case here.
Let's go! Sora!
One other thing worth mentioning too is that even though the tournaments themselves may be the same, you're going to be facing a lot stronger enemies overall. So in other words, some of the more powerful enemies, more powerful Heartless and Nobody, such as the Berserkers, they're basically going to be commonplace in these tournaments. So that is something to keep in mind. Whoops, wrong summon. Well, whatever. At least this gives me an opportunity to show off Peter Pan and his limit. Peter Pan's limit is Neverland, by the way. And as you're executing Neverland, you're being flashed a bunch of memories of Sora and Peter Pan's journey as they were exploring Neverland. So again, Peter Pan is pretty damn good. He's a pretty good summon. Not the best summon, but still a pretty damn good one. If I have to rank all the different summons in the game, from best to worst, best is Genie in final form. Second would probably be Peter Pan. Third would be Stitch. And the last one would be Chicken Little. And I'm talking about their general use and versatility, not so much for level grind. Whoops, wrong one. Well, whatever. It's no big deal.
Let's go!
That was pretty neat. Stitch's summoning actually helped out quite tremendously. Simply because he blocked off some of the sniper shots. That's actually pretty nuts. I was not expecting that.
Sora!
Then again, maybe the score requirement for this one is 8,000, and I just don't remember for sure. Well, regardless though, this is probably going to be the longest tournament that we're going to be participating in yet. But let me tell you folks, this is only the tip of the iceberg. And no, I'm not trying to reference the Super Mario 64 iceberg. I'm just stating a fact here. Simply because there is one more tournament that becomes unlocked after you win all 3 of the Paradox Cups. And no, it's not a Goddess of Fate Paradox Cup, unfortunately. No, this one is something far more tedious, painful, and just outright dirty. And you'll soon see what I mean as soon as we get through this particular tournament here. One thing you probably could do is you could technically go and fight the final super boss, defeat him, and then just come back and redo this tournament if you want. But honestly, I kind of want to save the final super boss for last, as he is technically the most difficult thing in the entire game.
Let's go!
Okay, I was not expecting that, but hey, whatever works. Honestly, it was because I stumbled in my button presses. Oops. Another thing I will mention here is that these tournaments definitely will not be fooling around in any way. Be sure to bring your A game, otherwise you're going to get smacked.
Let's go.
And when I say you're going to get smacked, I kind of mean it literally. Oops, that was the wrong button. Well, whatever, it's no big deal. The third ukulele is not that bad.
Back off.
Zap.
Let's go.
One more thing worth mentioning here is if you're planning on finishing off enemies, don't go for stylish kills, just try to finish them off as quickly as possible. Otherwise, you're going to be in some serious trouble.
Sora.
Just saying. If I don't hit the wrong frickin' button, damn. Well, whatever. It's not that big a deal.
Light. Sora.
Besides, we can do this again. Over 8,000 points. Goddamn.
Sora.
Almost there, folks. Honestly, I kind of lost track of what round number we're on. But even so.
Yeah, this is it.
Round 8.
Give me strength.
Alright, just a little bit further now. Thankfully, it's just this and 2 more rounds. After that, we're finished with this tournament. Also, I accidentally stumbled and selected attack rather than, well, whatever. It still worked out, though. Because somehow I was still able to deal some damage. So, I'll gladly take it.
Light. Sora.
I feel as though ukulele can deal damage to enemies, albeit it's not very much. If anything, it probably deals like 1 damage. At most. Though I could be wrong. Okay.
Yeah. Take this. Yeah. Yeah.
Alright, round 9. Semifinal.
Let's go. Sora.
If I'm being frank here, that was way too close for comfort. Ooh, 10,000 points. So far, so good. Once again, apologies for the frickin' lawnmowers. Not a whole lot I can do about that. Usually, whenever the lawn people are around, they tend to stick around for quite a while.
Sora. Sora.
Alright, just a little bit further now. There is one other thing I haven't mentioned yet about Peter Pan and how he works. Unlike all the other summons in the game, Peter Pan actually has a passive ability where if you end up dying with him summoned, then Tinkerbell will revive you one time, which is nice. Plus, I'm pretty sure that just like in the first Kingdom Hearts game, he, just like with the first Kingdom Hearts game, Tinkerbell will heal Sora over time, though I could be wrong. Well, regardless, Wonder Boy is done. Let's see what the score was. And that score was 10,000. Wow, I just barely made it. 10,864. So yes, Stitch strats are definitely the way to go here. So, now that all the cups are finished, there is one last Paradox Cup to take on, folks. So, hello Hades, and welcome to the Hades Paradox Cup. Fight alongside your friends. There are no special rules in this tournament. However, this is going to be the longest tournament yet, as unlike all the other ones, where you had to finish the tournament in 10 rounds, or you finish it in 10 rounds, this one lasts 50 rounds. However, unlike all the other tournaments, where if you die, you go back to the beginning, for every 10 rounds you clear, you can restart the tournament from that point. So, in other words, if you finish round 10 and then get killed on round 11, then you can restart the tournament at round 10, and so on and so forth until you reach the final round. Just saying. The rules will change every 10 battles. Follow the rules during each battle. Get a high score by collecting orbs. Use combos for more orbs. Here we go. It's time to get this started. Honestly, when it comes to this particular tournament, again, I'm not too sure what the score requirement for this one is. But I do feel as though this one, you have more than enough time to get to the score requirement. And even if you finish it and you don't finish the score, if you don't finish the tournament with the score requirement, you can return to any prior round that you have to in order to get more opportunities to score more points. And again, Stitch spam works tremendously, even in a tournament like this.
Let's go. Fight. It's over.
Okay, that worked out. Don't bother with nearby enemies. Go straight for the boss.
This is it. Let's go. Yeah. This is it.
So, unlike, say, its equivalent, which was like the Goddess of Fate Cup, the Hades Paradox Cup is truly something else.
Let's go.
It basically features different fighters and different rule sets. Also, that's kind of hilarious how Donald was insta-killed there.
Back off.
Poor Donald, he just doesn't stand a ghost of a chance.
This is it. Yeah. Yeah. Back off. Back off. This is it. Give me strength. Yeah. Heal.
Okay, maybe utilizing a Kiraga spell there wasn't the best of ideas. But hey, what can I say?
Back off.
What you gonna do, buddy? You gonna bounce around again, or just do nothing? Alright, that's fine. I'll take it. Fight in the dark and defeat all enemies. Okay, that shouldn't be too hard. By the way, this particular tournament, all enemies are at level 99. So, honestly, when it comes to this particular tournament, you want to have max stats all around. Otherwise, you're gonna get creamed. And I mean creamed hard. That is if you're completely unprepared for a tournament like this. That sure took a while. If I have to guess what the score requirement for this particular tournament is, it's probably something more merciful, like 5,000 or something. Maybe? I'm not too sure. Regardless, though, I would say it's nothing too high. But we'll find out if we end up kicking the bucket or something. Okay. So far, so good. One more thing worth mentioning here is, I think just like within the first Kingdom Hearts game, if you happen to use an item in the tournament and you happen to die during that tournament, you lose that item that you used. So that's something to keep in mind if you're planning on using items. Alright, round 10. Round 10, we have to fight Tifa and Yuffie together. That's going to be a pretty dangerous combination. Alright, that wasn't too bad. Yuffie, you're toast. Oh dear. That was actually pretty close, not gonna lie. But, anyway, round 20 with the Titan Rules Cup. Great, this is gonna be real fun. So in other words, in this, from rounds 11 to 20, we have more summon spam. Although I think for this particular run here, I feel as though the drive gauge does not get restored. Although I could be wrong. Since it is technically following the Titan Cup rule set, I'm pretty sure it will get restored. And also, just like with the Titan Cup, you only have 500 points to work with.
Give me strength.
Perhaps Stitch spam really isn't the best of ideas. Okay.
Sora.
Honestly, at this point, I'm kind of thinking about turning on my fan because I am starting to sweat. I did turn on my air conditioner earlier. Master Form Genie. Okay, this may actually work out.
Give me strength. It's over.
Here we go. Everything went boom.
Give me strength.
Hey, Peter Pan, come on in, my boy. Peter, Mother, Truckin' Pan. Honestly, Peter Pan's probably one of my favorite summons in this game. Not only for his passive ability, but also for the fact that he can deal so much damage in such a short period of time. He's also pretty good at attracting a whole bunch of orbs during his limit, Neverland. So that's actually pretty cool. Though the best one by far, if you're trying to get a whole bunch of orbs at once, is definitely Stitch. But hey, I'm just saying.
Right. Our turn? Yeah. 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 No! Take that!
I don't think so.
It's over! Take that! Back off! It's over! It's over! This is it! It's over!
By the way, I'm pretty sure at some point in this tournament, both of these Heartless enemies will be fighting together, just like before when we first fought them. Though I'm pretty sure that isn't going to come into play until much later in the tournament. One other thing to keep in mind is that you also need to be on the lookout for falling rocks in this particular round. Why? I don't get it, but whatever. It is a thing, and it's something to keep in mind.
Let's go! Our turn?
I gotta say, this score is actually pretty damn good right now, and I'm definitely happy about that.
Let's go! Our turn?
It would actually be pretty hilarious if Peter Pan ends up taking the most used summon spot. Although last time when I fought and defeated Xemnas off screen, Chicken Little was still crowned the most used summon. Although that can easily change in this tournament in particular.
Light! Our turn? Our turn?
One other thing I haven't mentioned yet about Peter Pan's limit is that just like with Riku, he also has a different attack while in the middle of the limit. So that's something to keep in mind. Another way you can attack the enemies, although I think it deals the same amount of damage regardless.
Yeah. Give me strength. Our turn.
Also get used to seeing these images of Neverland over and over again.
Back off. Back off. Light. Our turn.
Okay, that wasn't too bad. Could have been worse. Okay, round 20. This time we're fighting against Pete.
Get out of my way. Let's go. Our turn.
Pete's invincible.
Pete's invincible, said no one. It is pretty neat to see that Pete's invulnerability shield only lasts for a short period of time. Only about 5 seconds. It's kind of interesting to see that Pete doesn't keep that up for longer than that. So, when it comes to this particular fight, I think it's possible to get Pete stuck in this loop where he's constantly making himself invulnerable. just by dealing enough damage to him. And again, it's really not that hard to get him stuck in this loop. And honestly, that's the best way to go when dealing with Pete, because some of his attacks can be quite annoying and also devastating. Also, watch out for falling rocks, too. Although, they really shouldn't be that big of a problem there. Alright, now for this one. For rounds 21 through 30, we have the Pain and Panic Cup rules. So in other words, spam Trinity! Spam Trinity and you're good to go. And watch as everything goes boom. That is kind of annoying how sometimes, even though you're executing Trinity Limit, it doesn't necessarily kill everyone, which is annoying. Hell, it seems like sometimes it just doesn't drain the HP bar like it's supposed to, but alas, it is what it is. Okay, so for this one,
Let's go.
This is basically a free round.
Let's go.
All you have to do is just wait out the... You just run around with these bulky vendors and just get the prizes. And I think the longer you wait, the more points you'll achieve. So now we have round 25. This is where Cloud and Tifa are going to be teaming up to take you out. Okay. I'm gonna run around like a freaking chicken, I don't care. Honestly, I feel as though if you're trying to prioritize a particular target, I would recommend taking out Cloud first, unless you're feeling kind of daring. But still, taking out Tifa is also a requirement. But as far as who to prioritize first, I feel as though it is situation dependent. Okay, that wasn't too bad. Could have been worse. Everything goes boom. Just like that. Wow. How did I live? Well, whatever, I'll take it. Well, it kind of sucks that I can't utilize Trinity right now. Mainly because I mistimed my curative spell. Oh well, it is what it is. Goodbye. Again, I would utilize Trinity here, but yeah, in order to utilize Trinity, even with Sora alone, you do need to have both Donald and Goofy alive in order to even utilize it. And hello, King. Welcome to the stream. Glad you can make it. You're just in time for another round of the Hades Paradox Cup. And let me tell you, it's quite fun. So far, I haven't kicked the bucket as of yet, but we are getting pretty high in the round count. And it's still a very real possibility that I can die here. Hell, I could die at any time. I swear, sometimes it feels like the MP Hastera just doesn't work fast enough. Thank you, Goof. I appreciate that nice copter. Alright, round 29. That works out. Final round. Here we go. Alright, so as far as this particular round is concerned, we are going to be fighting Hades. And this time we're going to be fighting him in the dark. What's also interesting is that I believe Hades does not go into his berserk state at all. And I have a feeling that we're going to be fighting Hades again later on in the tournament. I mean, it is named after him after all. Also, again, I feel as though it is possible for Hades to get stuck in a loop. If you happen to get some good spots where Hades will randomly teleport after dealing enough damage to him. There we go. Round 40 is the Cerberus Cup rules. So in other words, time to go into the different drive forms and start utilizing them to the frickin' limit. And also, this particular series of rounds, yeah, these have a time limit of 10 minutes. You have 10 minutes to finish the next 10 rounds. It ain't gonna be easy, let me tell you. What's also pretty interesting is that in this particular round, for whatever reason, those water-cloned notes which Demix throws down normally, yeah, they make an appearance in this round. I'm not sure why or how, but whatever, I'll take it. By the way, there is one other thing I will go ahead and mention here, and that is, when you're doing these tournaments, don't take any unnecessary risks. And what I mean by unnecessary risks is that certain nobodies may allow you to play a game with them, whether it be gambling or participating in a duel. Don't take them up on that offer, as that is a quick one-way ticket to pain. And trust me, you don't want to do that, now do ya? No, you don't. Trust me, you don't. Wow. That was beautiful. Now, I believe for this one, we still have that, we still have a bit of time to get through this particular round. And unlike the original variant where we had to survive until time ran out, this one, you have to kill every single one of these things within the time limit. Within the same time limit as when the tournament first began. So, that's something worth mentioning. And let me tell you, there is a ton of these enemies to deal with. Thankfully, with this rule set of being able to go into drive forms alone and such, you can really restore the drive gauge incredibly fast with this. Like, hell, even a single strike, it's like one full drive gauge worth. See what I mean? God damn, that was something else. Perhaps in this round, it's probably wiser to not go into a drive form until after we clear everyone out of here. Just so that way we are perfectly safe and we're not going to take any unnecessary damage, you know? There we go. $37.
Let's go. This is it. It's over. Yeah. Back off. This is it. Back off.
Okay. Ah, crap. I was not expecting that. I don't know how I'm alive, but I'll take it. Damn! Talk about getting smacked. Okay, round 38. Round 38, it looks like there would be no one in the arena, but trust me, there most certainly are. In this particular round, we're going to be fighting a whole bunch of nobodies. It's a nobody horde. And let me tell you, it's definitely quite a pain to get through, especially considering the nobodies whom we have to fight. Also, I'm pretty sure, so long as you stick with utilizing Final Form in this particular tournament, you don't have to worry about going into Anti-Form. But if you are utilizing other forms, there is still the possibility that you can go into Anti-Form, and that is basically a death sentence in this tournament. So if you're going to be utilizing Drive Forms, go into Final Form, as that's the only form that makes it so you are guaranteed to go into that form and not anti-form. So that's pretty nice. Okay, where's the next enemy? Here he is. I was wondering where the hell he was. Yeah, Sora going off indeed. I mean, that's just the power of Final Form for you. It's that freaking insane. I have a feeling that the score requirement for this particular cup is 15,000. So for this particular round, we're going to have to deal with both Squall as well as Cloud at the same time. Which, let me tell you, that's not exactly what we would call fun.
Let's go. Fight. Here goes. Take this. Give me strength. Back off.
Okay.
Back off. This is it. This is it. Let's go.
Time to finish you off, Cloud. Cloud, my boy.
Back off.
There we go. Alright. It's time for the last 10 rounds, and these last 10 rounds are going to be the most difficult yet.
Give me
Seriously, screw these frickin' jack-o'-lanterns. Come on, man! How is that not part of the combo? That is bullshit! Wow, really? No, I did not want to select help. I wanted to quit. Wow, that is just so damn annoying. Ugh. That was painful. Especially now. Alright. Seriously, I hate these frickin' jack-o'-lanterns so damn much. They just deal so much damage. Their ghost shields last for goddamn ever. Like, seriously, what the actual hell is that all about? Yeah, there's definitely no way I'm getting the score now because upon restarting a tournament at a given round, your points reset to 0. So that's kind of unfortunate. And let me tell you folks, these last 10 rounds are going to be throwing at you the worst possible enemy combinations there is. Like, you wouldn't think these enemies could team up and just wreck your face in, but here we are. They most certainly can, and it's absolute pain and misery. What am I thinking?
Let's go.
There we go. All done with that one. Let me tell you folks, this tournament is just an absolute pain in the ass. Thankfully, unlike all the other ones, at least you don't have to redo the entire tournament if you end up dying. But even so, it's still annoying, especially if you're trying to get the high score for the tournament. And honestly, you're not going to get a whole lot of opportunities to get a high score, for sure. So, in this particular battle here, remember the battle against Thousand Heartless? Well, we're kind of doing it again, but this time in a tournament setting. Man, I love doing that so freaking much. It's just pure insanity when you get a whole bunch of Heartless all gathered at once, and then you just mow them down like they're absolutely nothing but worthless scum, trash, filth. You want to rip them apart, you know? Okay. That was pretty good. Round 46. Perhaps staying in limit form really was the best move, considering the enemies we have to fight are evil black cars and robot walkers from the world of Tron that want to murder your face in, just like every other Heartless in existence. And another free round.
Let's go.
Okay, never mind. It wasn't a free round. You would think that just having a single bulky vendor there would mean that you would have a free round, but no, not exactly. It's not that easy.
Right. Yeah. It's over. Yeah. This is it.
Alright. Let's hopefully finish up this round sometime today.
Yeah. Yeah. Take this.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Give me strength. Yeah. Take this. Take this. It's over.
I am definitely a very big fan of the finishers for Limit Form for sure. Simply because most of the finishers for Limit Form, good lord, it wrecks. It wrecks everything.
Back off. Right.
Okay, that kind of sucked.
Take this. Back off. Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
So this particular round, we're going to be fighting against Cerberus again, but he's way stronger,
Yeah.
hits way harder, and yeah, it's just a much worse time overall. I'm dead.
Heal. Yeah.
Alright, this is fine. This is actually perfect, as it means I can do this again. Sit your ass down!
Yeah. It's over. This is it. It's over. Yeah. This is it. Back off. Back off. Yeah. Yeah. This is it. Back off.
Honestly, I was kind of not expecting that, but oof. Or that. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised that the Cerberus... Jesus, man. I hit the frickin' circle button, so why didn't it activate again? Don't you just love it when your inputs just refuse to frickin' register for no reason?
This is it. Back off. Yeah. Yeah.
Honestly, I would not be offended if Cerberus ended up grabbing me again, which, funny enough, whenever he does that swing attack, that's what he's trying to do. Okay, time for the semifinals! So for this one, we need to fight Squall, Tifa, Cloud, and Yuffie. All four of them at once. And let me tell you, that's not going to be easy. Thankfully, it seems as though they don't have as much health this time around, because you're dealing with all four of them at once. But they are going to be utilizing their strongest attacks right from the very start. So, Limit Form plus all of its limits, or more or less Sonic Blade, that's the way to go. So, the final round of the Hades Paradox Cup. For this one, we're going to be teaming up with Hercules in order to take him out. And of course, this time, he's even stronger. And also, Hades will go berserk at times, meaning that he is going to be invulnerable. So, in order to make it so he doesn't go into that berserk state, what we need to do is whack the balls of light right towards Hades. And even when he's not in the berserk state,
That's it.
see what I mean about the berserk state? Thankfully, he teleported and did his berserk transformation thing in a really good spot.
This is it. Back off.
done. And that's the Hades Cup. Nice.
We did it!
Anyway, after completing that, we get ourselves the Hades Cup trophy. Trophy presented to the champion of the Hades Paradox Cup. It is proof of having won many severe battles. And that's really all you get from completing the Hades Cup. Not much else afterwards, which is kind of a shame, but hey, it is a trophy, so that's something. So the score requirement for the Hades Cup is... hang on, 15,000. You need to score 15,000 points and win the cup in order to get that particular Jiminy's Journal entry, which, let me tell you, that's a lot easier said than done, and you can't really restart and cheese it. Although, if I'm really going to be going after that particular entry, when you're planning on redoing the cup, what I would recommend you do is start from, I believe, round 20. This is the round where you have to participate in the Titan Cup rules where Sora can use summons alone. So, yeah, if you're going to be going after the score requirement, start from round 20, and then you'll be able to work your way all the way back up to round 50. So it's 30 rounds versus the full 50 in the entire tournament. So that's something worth mentioning. As far as me going after the score requirement, honestly, I don't think I'm going to be worrying about that at this particular moment. Maybe I'll go after it off screen, but really, you get the idea of what needs to be done. We just need to utilize Stitch and spam him like no tomorrow during the rounds of which you're able to do so.
Light.
Okay. And even though it says a new episode was added, I don't think that's really what it is. I think it's just saying that you can now participate in the Paradox Cups of their respective things here. But, what I'm actually going to do here is, we're about 2 hours into today's session. There's still a few things that we need to pick up here. And there's still a lot of things we have to unlock. Well, not really unlock per se, but you get the idea. So anyway, there's still 3 treasures to pick up, technically 2 I can pick up right now, and 1 puzzle piece left. And honestly, after I get the last puzzle piece and the last 2 treasures that I've missed in this place, I may dedicate the rest of the session for puzzle mode. As far as where I'm gonna go, well, there's one of the treasures right there, and here's the other. Perfect. Alrighty then, that was easy enough. There's another Manifest Illusion, and AP Boost. Perfect. Perfecto. Perfection schlop. Anyway. As far as what I'm gonna do,
Yeah. This is it.
like I said, I still have the last puzzle piece to get my hands on yet. And as far as where that is, it is somewhere within this cavern. As far as where, that's gonna be... it's gonna be a bit of a pain to figure out. But hey, at least during the meantime, while I'm searching for the thing, at least I'll be able to get my hands on some more remembrance items, which is gonna be needed for more creations. Just saying.
Take this.
Besides,
Yeah. Back off.
upon completing puzzle mode, you'll be able to get your hands on some pretty nice items.
Yeah.
And that is still another mode I need to show off yet.
Yeah. Yeah. Back off. Yeah. This is it.
Let's clear everyone out. One more thing worth mentioning here is that even if you return to the Cavern of Remembrance, you don't need to worry about running into any enemy ambushes at all, in any way. So that's pretty nice. You don't have to worry about getting ambushed by enemies all over again. The only thing you have to worry about is just getting through the cavern alive. And that's really all you need to worry about. And again, you can utilize a shortcut to get back to the very end of the Cavern of Remembrance without the need of traversing through the entire cavern again. But the reason why I'm actually choosing to go through the entire cavern again is because I am searching for the last puzzle piece and I'm not exactly sure where that could be. Okay, apparently it's not down here. Well, that sucked. Oh well, it is what it is. And again, we can always utilize this as a shortcut at any given time if we so wish. So, that's pretty nice. Like I said, the Cavern of Remembrance really is one of those dungeons that really tests you in everything that you've learned throughout the course of the game. And honestly, it's a pretty worthwhile dungeon to take on for sure. Especially with maxed out drive abilities, good lord. That is another feat altogether. Just saying. It just means that you truly mastered this game. And that is an achievement within itself, honestly. Whoopsie. Not mean to fall like that or slip and hit the X button. Well, whatever. It's no big deal. Okay. Anything else in here? Doesn't look like it, no. Man, it seems like I've looked just about everywhere in this place. It truly is surreal to see how big the Cavern of Remembrance really is. I'm pretty sure down there is an earlier part of the cavern, and I definitely do not want to fall back down there. Okay. Perhaps for this one, I really do need to go into master form. Never mind. I'm crazy. Yep, Sora be flying and styling, if you know what I mean. He's basically turned himself into an attack helicopter at this point. It's kind of funny if you think about it.
Yeah. It's over. This is it.
This is the only other room I could possibly think of that are still a possibility of a puzzle piece in.
Take this.
Wow. honestly, I'm kind of surprised I fell on both of those cycles. That's kind of lame.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Seriously, I hate it when the enemies just push you off a higher platform, as when they do that, it means you have to not only climb back up, but also get back to where they spawn. And, yeah, when they respawn, they're fully healed.
Let's go! Give me strength! Fight!
God damn it. Of course I fell again. Get used to falling a lot when you're trying to deal with all the enemies at once in this place. Just saying, it's not exactly what we would call a fun time. There's also a lot of waiting around too, trying to wait for cycles. Honestly, that's probably my biggest greatest pet peeve of mine. I couldn't think of the word for a minute. But, hey. You want to know another thing that kind of grinds my gears about certain enemies? Is that no matter how many times you whack them, they'll just block every attack. Like these spell masters here. Sometimes they'll just block every attack. And same with these guys too. And it's not like you can try to use magic against them because they may be immune to certain spells. And you're not sure which one until you actually try the spell. That's annoying. Okay, seriously. Where the hell am I supposed to... Okay. Down there, if I fall down there, that means I fall all the way back towards the very bottom of this place. And you definitely don't want to do. Gotta love Buttershoes McGee. Oh, that's annoying. All the enemies just respawned. Great. Screw it. I'm just gonna try to fly out of this room as fast as humanly possible. Sometimes just dealing with enemies is just simply not worth it. Not worth your time at all. Okay. Definitely a very annoying room to get through for sure.
Give me strength.
It feels as though it really shouldn't be necessary to utilize Final Form just to get past that particular obstacle. But here we are. We have no choice, we have to use it. Perhaps the last puzzle piece I'm looking for maybe isn't in the Cavern of Remembrance. Maybe it's elsewhere within Radiant Garden. Who knows?
Yeah.
Alright, let's just head on in through here. Okay, there are plenty of other places where I could potentially go to look for that particular gem. Though, as far as where else there is to possibly look at, honestly, I'm not too sure at this particular moment. Radiant Garden is a pretty big world. In fact, it's probably the largest world in the entire game, which is kind of nuts if you think about it. Considering that there's a lot of different rooms, different corridors and hallways that you need to go through in order to find all of the things you're looking for, it's really something else. One other thing I haven't mentioned yet is that, oh, okay. There's the last puzzle piece. Yay! That was easy enough. Oh well, it is what it is. Well, going back through the Cavern of Remembrance again, at least it wasn't completely pointless, as, let me tell you, it does have a point. Trust me, it does. It's just, that point... Okay, I don't even remember what I was going to say. Alright, let's hand in everything and see if we can make anything. Still missing a recipe, though. That's interesting. Alright, let's make ourselves a nice remembrance crystal. Or serenity crystal. Let's see, can I make anything else? Well, I can make a... No, never mind. As far as where I can go to get more Lost Illusions, honestly, I'm not too sure at this point. But if I have to guess, it has to be somewhere within the Cavern of Remembrance, maybe? I'm not too sure. Perhaps we can get Lost Illusions elsewhere, but I'd have to look that up to be absolutely certain. I mean, I am definitely going to be gathering more materials for sure, but... as far as, where some of these materials are, it's gonna be something else entirely. So then, now that we gathered every single, puzzle piece in the game, it's time to play puzzle mode. And we also marked every single, Heartless entry, so that's pretty damn neat. Funny enough, all the remaining Heartless were, I think they were all in Cavern of Remembrance, so that's interesting. Yeah, perfect. So, that's that. We got all 144 puzzle pieces in every single world in the game, so now it's time to play puzzle mode. Here is how you play it. Collect all the puzzle pieces and solve the puzzles. Search carefully for puzzle pieces scattered throughout the worlds. If you find a piece you can't reach, come back later when Sora has developed new powers. Place the puzzle pieces correctly to complete the puzzle. You use the D-pad to move the cursor, push the X button to grab and place a puzzle piece, and push circle to cancel. Some puzzles require you to rotate pieces, and you just rotate with the right analog stick. Once the puzzle is complete, you might obtain a reward. Good luck! And there are several puzzles in all. How many? There's 6 of them. There's Awakening, Heart, Duality, Frontier, Daylight, and Sunset. So, let's go and get started with Awakening. By the way, when you're moving one particular puzzle piece around, it replaces another piece. This one shouldn't be too difficult. A good rule to go by when it comes to doing puzzles like these is try to do the outside pieces first. Okay, doll goes here. There we go. First puzzle is complete. And solved the puzzle and obtained an item. This one is an AP boost. So that was pretty easy. On to the next one, which is Heart. This one we kind of need to rotate a puzzle piece on. Looks like multiple pieces. Honestly, if you're trying to figure out what the right orientation is, it shouldn't be too difficult to figure out. In fact, I feel as though most of these puzzles that you're going to be doing here are basically concept arts. They're all different pieces of concept art in the entire freaking game. Let's see. That seems about right to me. There we go. After completing that puzzle, we get ourselves a Serenity Crystal. Now for Duality. When it comes to these puzzles, as we progress further and further, they will become more and more difficult to complete. Obviously, with the fact that we have to rotate certain pieces and such. Just saying. Okay. That seems about right to me. It's kind of interesting to see how all the pieces here line up. Okay, now this is looking a lot better. And done. There we go. After completing that puzzle, we get ourselves the rare document. An ancient synthesis recipe for a rare item. Okay, so that was the last recipe that we had to pick up. Yes, it is. Kingdom Hearts' artwork has always been amazing, no matter what the series is. Alright, let's try Frontier. Funny enough, this was, I think, the first teaser image that we've seen of Kingdom Hearts 2 over here in the West. though I could be wrong. Regardless, though, it's a pretty interesting piece of trivia. And again, maybe I got that wrong, though I can't really say for sure. Almost there. Done! Nice, another Manifest Illusions. Another Manifest Illusion! On to Daylight. This one is going to be where things really start to get kind of difficult, as we're going to be dealing with a lot more puzzle pieces for this as well as Sunset. So this one may take a while to fill up. Especially when you're trying to complete a huge picture such as this. Oh boy, this is going to be kind of tricky. I think for this one, this is basically a picture of all the Organization 13 members, alongside Sora, Donald, and Goofy, I believe. Whoopsie. And I think this is supposed to be a reference to Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories, if I recall correctly. By the way, you can go into the main menu and do the puzzle mode at any given time if you so wish. Okay, let's see where it is. Oh, who's making this? Now I'm looking at this, looks like maybe he's moved over it. One thing I do find kind of annoying is that you can't select multiple pieces of a puzzle. So you can't just move a group of pieces. You have to move each and every single individual piece. So that is kind of annoying. But alas, it is what it is. Yeah, because this is probably going to take a while to finish. That much I can guarantee. I think we're going to do a version of this is like a free puzzle that I'm going to be fast forwarding the footage till I complete them. That seems like it's so hard, so I can tell. I have a better view when you work here. Looks like it goes over here. I think I just noticed something, and that is some of these puzzle pieces have borders around them, so they could potentially be like corners or the outside pieces. So that's something. Okay, next. Okay, everything's coming down slowly and surely. got all pieces in a few places. You know, definitely, sure. There we go. That took a bit of time, but it's done. Anyway, with this, we get ourselves the Executive's Ring. Immensely increases maximum AP. Okay, that's one more puzzle down. On to the very last one for Sunset. Yay, this one we have to rotate some puzzle pieces. This is just... ugh. Alright. Here we go, let's get this started. This is definitely going to be the hardest one for sure. Okay. Yeah. So one thing I will go ahead and mention here is... excuse me. Just like when you're working on a puzzle in real life, try to work with filling in the outside pieces first. That way you have an easier time filling in the pieces in the middle. Just saying. You'll thank me later. Was that right so far? Kirby versus Sora. Who would win? It depends if Kirby is able to successfully suck up Sora and take one of his abilities. And depending on what ability it would be, I think it would be a pretty close match. Though I can't really say who would actually come out on top. Yes. How's everything? Where the hell's the load of 4 keys? I guess I'll get. Okay, almost there. There we go. There we go. Final one. Final puzzle complete, and upon doing so, we get ourselves the Grand Ribbon. Highly increases all resistances and extremely increases defense. And that, folks, is puzzle mode. All puzzles have been complete. Yay! That is awesome. So, we basically gotten every single puzzle piece and every single treasure with the exception of one. And like I said, the last treasure will show up after we take care of a particular task in Radiant Garden. And honestly, I'm not really sure what I'm going to be doing first. Am I going to be doing the data battles, or am I going to go after the true final, the last super boss? I'm not too sure yet. Of course, I do know there are some other things that need to be done here, like other missions from all the different areas of the game, and honestly, maybe I'll go after some of these, but I'm not going to be doing every single one to get a gold Mickey Mouse icon on, but I will at least be showing off some of these other missions, with the exception of the 100 Acres of Death. I'm not doing those. Screw that. And Atlantica, if I choose to go after these, I would be doing them off screen. Just because you literally just have to play the songs again. You don't need to get a high score for them at all. You just need to complete the songs once more and follow the same requirements as before. And that's really all you need to worry about. Let's see here. I do know that, I did recently pick up a new recipe and all, and that's something else I definitely want to try to get my hands on. Let's see, the final recipe is another draw ring. Heh. Okay. That was kind of anticlimactic, as far as a draw ring is concerned. But hey, it is what it is, I suppose. I still can't make a Centurion yet because I lack the materials necessary. And I think there's a Full Bloom Plus I can make too. Although I think when it comes to the remaining recipes and stuff of that nature, the materials I need to make these recipes, I'll probably get these off screen. And in the next session, I will be making these recipes. So, let's go ahead and make the draw ring first and foremost. Why? Because, boom. There's the draw ring. Anticlimactic, but hey, we got it. We got the draw ring. Hooray, we got another one. I think we can actually upgrade this further and get like a lucky ring. Okay, I'll take it. Yeah, I think we're gonna be good with this, and I'll just cut that shit down. Boom. Brings luck to the wearer, increases the drop rate of items, so it kinda gives you lucky. So that's pretty nice. Again, another thing has been successfully created. So the only things left we need to make from this list here, we only got a few more things to make. Although I think with this, aha, Manifest Illusion. So this is how I make these things. Now it makes more sense. Okay, boom. Bada bing, bada boom. Can I make the new weapon for Donald now? No, I can't. That stinks. Well, whatever. That's no big deal. There's still some more recipes that we need to make an upgrade of. And honestly, I think the mithril shards really shouldn't be too difficult to get my hands on. The shock charm, obviously I need to upgrade this, and I need to gather more materials for with more Lost Illusions. Although I think with them I need to make more Lost Illusions. Or no, that's Manifest Illusions. Lost Illusions are something else entirely. So from this list here, judging by the number of items we have left, it looks like it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 items. We just got 5 more items to make within the recipe. And afterwards, the recipe will be fully complete, which is pretty damn sweet. And honestly, the last few items are going to be a bit of a trek to get my hands on. Especially the Remembrance items, Tranquility items, and the Mithril items are going to be a bit of a pain. But really, they shouldn't be too bad. And I can always get more energy crystals by other means if I have to. But I think with this, I'm going to call it a session early, because the next thing I'm going to be doing in the next session is, after I gather all the remaining items that I need to, I will be making the remaining items for the recipe log, and after that, I think I'll get myself prepared for something else. As far as which thing I'm going to do, it's going to be between either the data battles or the final battle against, or not the final battle, but battle against the most difficult super boss in the entire series. Or one of the most difficult ones in the entire series. Not counting Kingdom Hearts 3 and the Remind DLC, because I have not played that DLC at all in any way. So, I have no opinion on those whatsoever. From what I hear, they bring the pain. But, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and call it a session early today. I got some work to do I need to take care of off screen, but with that, I bid you all adieu for today. This is General Snivy with the Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix playthrough. Thank you all so much for watching, and if you were able to attend the live stream live, thank you for attending. Next time, we're going to be entering the biggest world of pain we've ever been in, ever. As far as what we're going to be doing, it's going to be decided sometime later this week. So, again, it's either fighting the last super boss, or we're going to take on the Data Organization 13. One of those two things are going to be done in the next session, though which one remains to be seen. Once again, thank you all so much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. See you all next time.